got a nice goldine there. Perfect. Ah, how's it going? Yeah, I've got room. Have a seat. You fresh off the boat? Ah, nice. Yeah, I've got room. Just got you a new fishing rod, huh? Excellent. What'd you get? Good rod. Nice. I've got plenty of room. Yeah, cast a line. What are you out here fishing for today? No, just looking for a water Pokemon, huh? Starting the league challenge. Yeah, I've been there. Gave that life up, though. Long time ago. Now I'm just out here fishing for shinies. What's that? Shiny Pokemon. Yeah. Well, you see, they're slightly different variant of the typical color that you distracted me here. Just missed another one. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, they're a different color variation of your typical Pokemon, and they're quite rare. So I just spend most of my days out here now, just hunting for shinies and collecting them when I get them. It's quite rewarding when you finally hook one and get to capture it, or most of the time, in my case, I like to catch and release. It's just simply the thrill of the hunt for me. So, but someone like yourself who's here looking for Pokemon companions for your journey, you'll find quite the variation and variety in this cove. So enjoy, and let's use each other's company to pass the time. What equipment are you fishing with today? Just some simple bait, huh? Yeah, I'll show you what I'm working with today. I like to start off a little bit with some smaller bait, work my way into the catching experience. So I like to bring my trusty tackle box here. As you can see, it's seen some wear, but I can assure you it's caught quite its fair share of fish as well. We've got all different sorts of baits in here, different hooks, lures, bobber devices. A bobber? Yeah. Well, shoot, friend, if you don't know what a bobber is, then I say we better start there. Yeah, we call these bobbers. They just float on the surface, and whenever a water-type Pokemon pulls on your bait, it bobs up and down in the water. Hence the name. We use these to signal when we've got a bite, and then we hook the Pokemon and pull it in. Oh, no, don't worry. It doesn't hurt any of the Pokemon. It's the types of hooks we use are specially designed for catch and release, so it's all good. And yeah, as you can see, I've got a large variety of them, different sizes for different types of water type Pokemon. Do you need a couple? Yeah, you can have a few here. Yeah, help yourself. I've got plenty. Beyond that, I just use, this is a backup I've got, but I just use a little bit of a reel equipment here where we use this to reel in the line. As you can see, the gears are still pretty good in there. And this button right here. This allows me to hold the button and cast the reel. And then you've got everything you need for a decent catch. Anyway, the baits I use for the small variety of fish are these little squid-like lures that you can see here. I'll kind of show you. Each water type Pokemon, they like different colors and size of these little squids. You can catch any of your smaller type Pokemon with these. Your Goldines, your Shelders, your Feebas, anything like that. Those Goldine, they really like these sparkly squid right here. Really catches their eye. Oh, Magikarp love these crimson red squid here. But my particular favorite, if you like to catch Feebas, these kind of glacier white, these are their favorites. So that's actually what I'm starting with today. I'm actually going to reel in here. I'm going to change out my bait because I've had the same one for quite a while here. So what we do is we use one of these little hooks here, and it's got a little weighted head on the top. And that helps it sink all the way down to that ocean floor. So we just get one of our little squid jigs here, and we just feed that right onto that hook. It comes out the bottom, and we move it right up onto that little barb that holds it on there. Yeah. And then these little tails here attract the Pokemon, and we pull them in. So I'm going to go ahead and get these on that line. There you go. And then we like to just cast straight out. We want to give it a little bit to let it sink to the bottom there. Those Feebas really like to feed close to the bottom of that ocean, so we want to give it just a little bit of time. As you can see, once your line gets nice and tight, then you know you're right in the spot. So, how long have you been on your Pokemon League competition adventure? Just started, huh? So you are literally right off the boat. Man, I didn't peg you for such a rookie, but I guess you just seem to carry yourself with a little bit more experience. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Where are you headed first? Ah, I see. Well, I can see why you're looking for a water Pokemon. Oh, getting a bite. Just wait. There we go. So once you've got it hooked, you just reel it in. All right. You want to pull it up. Now be careful here. This is the spot where it's easy to lose them. Don't reach for that line. All right. We don't want to get them up out of the water too much. We want to make it nice and easy on that Pokemon, but you can see that's a good Feebas right there. Not a shiny, but solid. All right. So after I catch them, I like to just sit my rod here down, take them off the line, throw them back. There you go. All right. And that's how it's done. one Feebas down. Now, unfortunately, you've got to catch a lot of the same kind of Pokemon to really have a chance at finding a shiny Pokemon. Unfortunately, they're just so rare. But hey, as long as you're persistent, you've got a chance. And here we are. So I'm gonna go ahead and get another bait on here. I say, what do you say we try to find one of them Goldeen? Yeah. I like the sound of that too. I like to kind of alternate between different types of Pokemon. Really keep my day nice and entertaining. There we go. We're ready to go. I'm gonna get that on the line. Perfect. And we're gonna just cast it out. Let it sink. And there we go. Now these Goldeen, they like to be a little bit more active, so you've got to kind of reel it in just ever so slightly every once in a while. They're a little bit more aggressive when going after the bait here, so we just give it a nice little reel every so often, then let it sit. You just kind of want to reel it in, let it sit. Reel it in, let it sit. Reel it in, let it sit. Yep, just like that. Good job. Reel it in, let it sit. Oh, hold up, hold up. Now once you start getting a bite, don't reel it in. There it is, there it is. Let's go, let's go. Hopefully that's a Goldeen, but I can tell kind of by the way it's coming in, it's probably what we're looking for. All right, there we go. All right, and we've got a nice Goldeen there. Perfect. Yeah, I say we're on quite a roll here. We've got Feebas and Goldeen on our first bait each time. We're gonna go ahead and take that Goldeen off there. Easy now. All right. Throw it on back and let it go about its day. Isn't that just, it's just enjoyable, relaxing. That is for sure. All right, what do you think we go for next? Yeah? Want to go for a little Remoraid? All right, I got just the thing. Those Remoraid, they're cold water fish. They like these dark squid here, because a lot of times in those cold waters, the visibility is just not as good because of the depth. So they get used to hunting in the dark. So they really like these that kind of remind them of that same kind of food that they usually get. And as you can see, we've got a nice black squid there. Let's go ahead and get that on our line. All right. Wish me luck. And we're gonna cast right out there. And perfect. All right. Once again, those Remoraid are cold water, bottom dwelling fish. So we're gonna let this line get nice and deep before we even think about reeling it back in. You really want to let it sit for Remoraid. Let it sit for a while. Let it get nice and accustomed to that bottom ocean floor. And kind of let it go for a little bit. Oh, I think we're already getting a bite. Hold up. Yeah, no. It moved on. Sometimes they'll do that. They'll bite a little bit then they'll kind of move on. Not a problem. So is there any particular Pokemon that you're fishing for today? I notice you haven't caught anything yet. Don't get discouraged. Sometimes there's a little bit of an art to it. You get these fishermen out here, and sometimes they'll have 4 or 5 marked Magikarp right in a row, and you wonder how'd you catch so many of the same Pokemon. And what they don't tell you is they've probably been fishing their whole lives. That might be just all they do. But nope. Here we go. Got a couple bites here, and got it. All right, and we are in business here. There we go. And beautiful. We've got, oh yeah, now hold on, buddy. And we've got a nice Remoraid there. Oh, perfect. Now these Remoraid, you want to be pretty quick. You don't want to keep them out of the water very long, so we're going to get them in real fast. There you go, buddy. All right. Whew. All right. Anyway, so what Pokemon did you say you're looking for? Just any. All right. You're easy to fish with, I tell you that. What do you say we go for something just a little bit bigger, kind of that middle ground? We're nice and warmed up. I've caught 3 fish already. Yeah, water Pokemon, of course. Fishermen, sometimes we just call them fish. So let's get something a little bit bigger. Now, when I go for that kind of medium-sized Pokemon, I like to go for the bigger worm baits right here. As you can see, I've got a lot of different colors here. Now, we've got the darker colors for our kind of slower moving fish. They don't need the bright colors to attract them as much. They kind of creep up on their prey and get them that way. So we've got a nice black, kind of brownish color. As you see, they do kind of have those sparkling features there, but we've also got these brighter kind of neon colors here, and that's for our quick moving fish. They like to kind of go for those brighter colors there, and we've got kind of a rubbery kind of worm. That way, if they kind of just tug on the tail and don't get all the way up to the hook, we don't break as many worms and don't have to tie on as many baits. So we're going to use a couple of these and see what we can catch. I think we'll start with these pink worms here. Now, we use a little bit different type of hook here. We use this red, kind of deeper bend hook that really allows that worm to be fed all the way up there. Now, Sea King absolutely love these pink worms. Something about them just really attracts the best Sea King in the sea. So we're gonna go ahead and try to catch us a nice Sea King today. So once you've got it all the way up to the top of that hook, you just work that hook out the bottom right here. As you can see, we've got a nice hook there, and we're ready to tie on. So we're going to tie that up onto that line. Perfect. And we're going to cast it on out there and see if we can get us a Sea King. Once again, we're going to kind of go medium depth on that and not let it sink all the way to the bottom. And just like our Goldeen, we're going to be a little bit more active with our bait here. So we're going to reel it in, let it sit. We're going to reel that in just a little bit and let it sit. We're then going to reel it in. Oh, and we got one right there. Just barely even bit, just on it immediately. All right, there we go. nice Sea King on there. Yep, we don't want to get it up too much out of the water, and we don't want to injure it. We're going to get that off the hook here. Easy, 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 easy. Ah, there we go. There we go. And that's how it's done. That's how it's done right there. All right. You know what? Let's get us a quillfish. Now these quillfish, are a little bit different. They like something that's got a little bit more frill to it. As you can see, this squid has got a lot of frill. It's got multiple little flippers and fins that hang off that, as well as a dual tail. So we're going to go ahead and show you just how we fish for our quillfish. Now quillfish, as you'll see if we catch one, if we're lucky, you've got to be careful with these because they've got spines. They're poisonous, but I have to admit they're pretty fun to catch. All right. And we've got our quillfish squid bait ready to go. Let's go ahead and get that tied on. And we've got it. We are ready to catch us a quillfish. Now these quillfish do not move quickly, so we're just going to let this sit. We're not going to mess with it too much. And we will wait until we get a bite. Oh, we've got one quick. It's what we call a quick strike right there. So we're going to wait here and got it. We've got it on the line, I can tell right now. And there we go. Got ourselves a nice. Now, be careful with this one. Do not get it close to your leg, hand, and you've got to be real careful whenever you get this off the hook. So, just about got me. We're going to get that off the hook there and get it out of your hands quick. Whew, that's how it's done, but as you can see, quite the thrill to catch. Okay, so let's see. You know what? I've got a real surprise for you. Let's see if we can get something real far out there. Let's see if we can catch ourselves a relicanth. Yeah. Now, relicanth, they don't need anything special. Nice, simple worm here with just one little tail, kind of a dull color, and we are going to get that on the hook. Those relicanth, they don't do a whole lot of moving. They've been sitting around the same way for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. So the method for catching them has remained the same as well. Just a nice, simple worm, and we are ready to go. We are going to get that tied on. We're then going to get it as far as we can. Perfect. And we are good to go. Once again, we're going to let this sit as long as possible. They like to take their time. So I'm going to show you a couple of my specialty baits that I like to use from time to time. This right here. This is one of my favorites. Now, it does not work as well in this type of setting, which is why I'm not using it today. But this little fishing lure here, it's got this nice little squid-like tail feature on the back here. It's got a nice hook off the bottom. And as you can hear, it's kind of hollow like one of those bobbers, so it floats on top. And it's got this bright red mouth where you tie your line. And this will float along the surface of the water. And when you pull, this wide mouth will create a popping type sound. Yeah, it kind of sounds like right on top of the water. And those fish, those water type Pokemon, they hear that. And they come for it quick. But it only really works if you've got a real calm, kind of a lake or a pond or some kind of stagnated water to where that water's still and they can really hear that. Once that happens, they come for it quick. I tell you, what really, really likes these, for some reason, Magikarp, they'll get after these as well as those red lures I showed you earlier. But the others, if you get like a core fish or even a crabby, they're real aggressive and they'll come after these quick. As soon as they hear that, they're coming and they're getting it. These are really fun. Oh, hold on. I think we've got ourselves a bite. Hold up, and there we go. I tell you what, the only thing that lets it sit that long and then bites is a relicanth. We're in luck. And we got it really far out there and deep, so you gotta reel this in. Oh, yes, perfect. Look at this. Now this is a treat. Look at that. We've got a nice relicanth. These are very fragile, so we are going to not waste any time. But did you get a good look at it? Perfect. Okay. Hold on. We've got you. All right. We're going to let that go nice and gentle. Now that, not many people get to see a relicanth up close and personal like that. Perfect. All right. Consider yourself lucky you're starting off this Pokemon adventure on the right foot. Now, we've been sitting here for a while. What do you say we get something big? Yeah, something real big. But for that, we're going to need something good. Here we go. Now, the biggest fish, they like the flashiest bait. This right here, well, to me and you, might just look like silver piece of metal with just a little bit of color and a hook. This, to the right Pokemon, is as flashy and tempting as it gets. This silver color will reflect sunlight, especially in a really bright lit cove like the one we find ourselves in today. When that sun hits that light, it will glimmer in that water. And then, after they see that, they'll see that orange color right in the middle. And they'll come quickly running at this. Swimming, that is. But you better be ready to strike quick, because if they hit this and you're not ready, you'll miss them. So, we're going to get this. As you can hear, they'll hear that in the water. We're going to get this on our line, and we're going to see if we can get something real special here. All right, so let's get that way out there. Perfect, okay. All right, buckle up here. All right. Now you're just going to slowly reel these in. Nice and slowly. We're just going to reel that in because you want that piece of bright metal moving in that sun as you see when we reel here. And be ready, because as soon as, there we go, as soon as it strikes, you've got to be ready to go. We've got something big here. We've got something big. We've got something good here. Keep it coming. Keep it going. Oh, it's splashing. See it splashing around out there? Yeah. We've got a good size one here. Uh-oh, this one's going to be a little dangerous. Back up just a little bit. Back up as I get this one. I'm not going to be able to get it in very much. It's too big. All right, hold up. All right. I'm going to try to get it up just as high as I can so you can see it. You see that? Got a Barracuda right on top. Yep. Got that Barracuda. Whew, this thing's big. Yep, and they're mean. Don't get too close to it. I can't hold it much longer. You got a good look. All right. I'm going to see if I can get it off the hook quick. All right, get out of here. Whew. That's how it's done right there. Yeah. This ain't a super rod for nothing. Whew. All right. Oh, and it broke my lure too, so we're not gonna be able to use that one again. But I've got one more I think you're gonna really like. If we can catch something with this, I think it's gonna be good. This is my crown jewel for lures. Yeah, pretty wild looking, isn't it? Of course, but that same method that we were using for that barracuda, that kind of bright colored, shining light effect, is exactly what we're going for with these two kind of copper, bronze looking silver plates here. They're really going to catch that sunlight. They're going to reflect it in all different kinds of directions. So you can imagine how tempting this is going to be for a big old Pokemon. And as you can see, it's a good size lure. And we've got the main attraction down here. You see all that kind of flittering tail here. That's going to be real tempting. It's got an eye on each side. Makes it look like a real piece of prey down there. So something that's going to be big enough to take this on. You know it's going to be good. So let's see if we can get something perfect here. All right. See if we can get this on and ready to go. All right. Let's get this casted out. There we go. All right. Buckle up. There's no promises on this one, but with that lure, when you do catch something, it's big. Just make sure you keep your line tight. Ready to go. You still haven't caught anything over there. But hey, I'm glad you're at least having fun. It's nice to have somebody to talk to out here. This is my favorite pastime, but the only thing that makes it better is a nice fishing partner. So I'm glad you could join me today. Even if you haven't had the best of luck. Maybe if you save up for that super rod, you'll do a little bit better. Oh, we're getting a bite. We're getting a bite. Hold up. If I catch something good, be ready. All right, there we go. Oh, this is a big one. This is it. This is the one we've been waiting for. All right. It's getting close. Be ready. Oh, be ready, be ready, be ready. Oh, I can't believe this. Look at this. Get your Poke Gear out. Take a picture of this for me. We got a shiny. We've got a shiny. I'm not going to be able to pull this up much. We got a Dondozo. Look at this. We've got one. Take a picture of that quick. Yeah, get me in it if you can. Oh, that is insane. I've never seen one of these. You got it? Oh, just in the nick of time. I didn't even have time to get that off the hook. It got away from me as soon as I put it back down. Can you believe that? Right here with you sitting with me. A shiny. It's been a long time since I've caught me a shiny. And a Dondozo. Usually, the shinies I get are small and Magikarp from time to time. But a Dondozo. This, my friend, has been a real treat. Hey, register my Poke Gear in there. Send me that photo if you can. Awesome, thank you. Listen, that's the best one to end on. I've got to get home and tell everybody I can about this. Now listen, since you were here for absolute history, I'm going to do you a favor. I caught this just this morning, right before you got here. I think you should have it. I think it's going to be perfect. perfect for your adventure. Water type. Yep. Hey, no. It's the least I could do. This has been an absolute blast for me. And I'm glad I could share it with somebody like you. Now, take it. It'll do you proud. Of course. Yeah. And you'll always see my name when you put it in the PC. Something to remember the day by. Of course. Now look, I've got to get going. Unfortunately, I've got other matters to attend to besides just fishing today, so I hope maybe if you see me around fishing again, you'll stop on by and hopefully have a little bit better luck, but it's not going to get much better than what we saw here today, so hey, good luck on your adventure and good luck with that gym challenge. Yeah, you have a good one.